Amen, amen, and happy Mother's Day. My name is Jeff Fisher, and I think I have to start by talking about my mom.
Oh, yes.
I really like my mom, and some of you have met her. She's come and visited through the years a couple of times, so maybe a few of you might remember. And I'm sure that she'll probably get another opportunity to visit. She's in her later 70s now, and I'm encouraged that she's still able to get around and functioning well. But I wanted to talk briefly about my mom and the fact that how powerful she is. Amen. There was a verse earlier mentioned that, honor your father and your mother, and so it'll go well with you and you'll live long on the earth. Yes. And New Jack made the joke about Samoan moms. And my mom wasn't Samoan, but she must have had some Samoan. My mom had this uncanny ability to just look at you and you understood. Yeah. Really relax. I watch some moms, I don't want to kill me by now. You gotta be kidding me. On the other side, my mom had the ability to look at me and I knew that she was proud of me. I knew with a glance how much my mom loved me. And she would take out for me, she'd care for me. I remember one time, I didn't know I was going to tell the story. So I was in the movie theater and I wasn't supposed to be there. And I was underage, I think 13 or something. And I was watching a movie back then called Howley. It was hard. My parents didn't allow me to go see our movies, and I had kind of, not snuck out, but I had gone to a friend's house, and then a friend said, hey, we'd like to go see the Howley, and my dad said he'll talk to the lady at the ticket booth, and he'll get us tickets so we can go. And I said, great, I'm at your house, it's good. Somehow my mom found out. And this is the old days. And so movies were on a reel. Yeah. We had one theater in my small town, and so the movie was playing. We're about the middle of the movie. And all of a sudden, the movie stops. It goes, and you can see the pictures kind of slide by, and you hear this announcement, Jeff Fisher to the stage. That was my mom. Mom or power. You don't mess with mom. Here are two awesome moms. I love my mom amazingly. I got a zillion stories like that if you ever want some more. If you just want to laugh at my demise, just kind of mom stories. But another special mom is my wife's mom. And she's amazing. And I remember when I met Amy, I knew that she had a unique relationship with her mom. One in which they were best friends. It wasn't just mom and daughter. Their souls are knit together. Sometimes moms just have this amazing ability to knit their souls with their children. And dating and her mom are like, I don't know if dating ever did anything wrong, because they were just so in love with each other. And I'm using the past tense because unfortunately dating's mom is still living in body, but she has Alzheimer's. And so she can't speak or talk to you or really understand a whole lot of it. But one thing that still happens is that if you go to visit dating's mom and dating's there with her, there's still that knit spirit. There's still that somehow kindredness that makes you know she knows you, she loves you, she cares for you, and she misses you, and she wants to talk to you and spend time with you. And she's proud of you. Because my wife is an amazing mom, thanks to her mom. So what's my goal today? I have a goal today, and instead of telling you it, I think I'll pray it. So let's pray. Father, I just love you so much. I thank you for your goodness. I thank you for how you take care of us. I thank you for how you feed us. Father, you're an amazing provider. You have given us so much in this service already. Through the songs, the worship, through the communion, through the contribution, the sharing. Lord, there's enough already. If we were paying attention, we could go away and be filled. But God, I pray that you would cleanse our minds, free us from distractions and sins and hindering weights, and cleanse us with that powerful blood of Jesus. Thank you for your amazing love for us, God, that you stepped in and took our toll for us. You took the blows for us. You took sin and placed it upon Jesus so that we could be cleansed. And Father, I pray that you would let your word go forth this morning from your holy book, and that you would touch our hearts even more. That we could eat, just even if it be crumbs from the Master's table this morning, Lord. That it would be enough. It would be enough to heal us. It would be enough to set us free. It would be enough for us to give love and send light and encourage one another and have an impact on this world. God, I pray that you would wake up our souls and plant the seeds that wake up souls this morning. Amen. And Father, that there are those that are here maybe that are just visiting or they don't really feel like they're on the inside. I pray, God, that you would plant the seeds in their hearts so that they could be born anew and brought into the inside and no longer feel like outsiders. And Father, those that are here and have been here a long time, God, that need encouragement, that need strength, that need renewal, that need an awakening, to have the dry bones lifted and awakened again, God, I pray that they would too be awakened. Help us each, Father, to find just the small crumbs from your table, God. And I ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. So my title this morning is Crumbs from the Master's Table. And I'm going to be preaching a chapter from Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 15, starting in verse 21. And if I don't preach to any of you, I will have preached to myself. And I will be happy to find the crumbs from the Master's table. Come on. Matthew chapter 15, 21 through 28 is where we're going to be the whole time. And I'm going to reference Mark chapter 7, 24 through 30, because Mark tells the same story. Matthew was there. Mark heard it a lot of times, and he decided that he would include it in his gospel and share the things about what he had heard to impact the people when he wrote the book of Mark, the Gospel of Mark. And so there's some different gems that you can find from each side, each one that tells the story of what happened. But I'm going to focus on Matthew and just bring in Mark a little. So if all you do is stay in Matthew, you'll be okay. Will I mention other verses? Yes. But sometimes in the searching of verses, you lose your attention. And I don't want that today. Come on, bro. So in Mark chapter 15, starting in verse 21, we'll read all the way through the text, and then what I simply do is go from verse to verse and bring out of the text some of the things that I hope that the Lord will touch you with today. Leaving that place, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. A Canaanite woman from that vicinity came to him, crying out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is suffering terribly from demon possession." Jesus did not answer a word. So his disciples came to him and urged him, "Send her away, for she keeps crying after us." He answered them, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of Israel." The woman came and knelt before him. "Lord, help me," she said. He replied to her, "It is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs." "Yes, Lord," she said, "but even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the Master's table." Then Jesus answered, "Woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted." And her daughter was healed from that area. You know, this is an amazing passage. And it's a scary passage. And it's a weird passage. And it's really a weird passage to do on Mother's Day. I mean, Jesus practically calls this woman a dog. Wow. But there's something about this woman that I want to learn from today. Because she's the only woman. She's the only woman that Jesus ever declared had great faith. Wow. A matter of fact, Jesus only declared 2 people in the entire Bible had great faith. And this is one of them. And there was something unique about this woman that I want to get today. I, like her, want to get a hold of the crumbs even from the Master's table this morning, so that I can have great faith like her. And that's our goal this morning. I am hoping that you will glean the crumbs from the Master's table, and you too will be equipped with great faith. And whether that great faith will bring you to Christ, or whether that great faith will achieve something that you have had that's been tormenting you, and something that's enraptured you and just consumed you, the demon, let's say, off in the distance of your life, that these crumbs will hopefully break those chains and set you free, or that person free, or that thing free for you. Or maybe these crumbs will be the answer to help you win that person that you so dearly love to the Lord. That's what I want this morning. So in verse 21, he says, leaving that place, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. So Jesus withdrew. And here I want to grab a passage out of Mark. You don't have to go there. I'm going to read them all. So Mark 7:24. Jesus, it says in Mark 7:24, as he recalls the story, he says, Jesus left that place and went to the vicinity of Tyre. He entered a house and did not want anyone to know it. Yet he could not keep his presence secret. You see, Jesus wanted a break. Jesus was worn out. If we read the entire book of Matthew or Mark this morning, we would have seen that he's about 2 years into his ministry. And he's beginning to get persecuted. And he's mostly persecuted by his own family, by the Jews, by the people that are religious, by the ones who he came to save are dishing out hard messages. They're questioning him every time he teaches a lesson. When he gets away to Tyre at this point, he just got done arguing with the religious leaders about whether his disciples should wash their hands. And Jesus is worn out. And there's been a couple chapters here prior in either of those Gospels that you'll see he tried to get a break with the disciples, but he couldn't. Matter of fact, as soon as he would do a miracle, sometimes he would tell people, don't tell anybody I did this. Don't tell anybody what I've done for you. Keep it quiet. But immediately they would, and so would we, be excited and say, oh, I can see, I can never see, I can hear, I can never hear, I can jump, I can never jump. And the noise would come, the crowds would come. All of a sudden, Jesus, in the previous chapters, was feeding 5,000. And so he was feeding 5,000 people with bread and from a miracle from heaven. And he wanted this break, so they went into Gentile land. They went into an area that wasn't Jewish, Tyre and Sidon. It's a place that's never been Jewish. They went into a place to get a break. I just need a break. I need to get away. And he wants to spend some time with his disciples. He needs to do some training. He knows what's ahead. He knows he's got a short time left. And he needs to make sure his disciples are equipped for what is to come. The Lord's popularity had excited such intense hostility among the Pharisees. They, meanwhile, were scheming with the Herodians on how to kill him. The rest... The house, sorry, I lost my thought there. Jesus' fame had already reached Tyre and Sidon. Matter of fact, in Mark chapter 3, we can find that the people of Tyre and Sidon, many of them, when they heard about the things that Jesus was doing, they would come down to see and participate and see what miracle he could do in their lives. And so it wasn't like Jesus was unknown in this area. But he was not supposed to basically be in this area because he was called to the lost sheep of Israel. But for some reason, Jesus thought, and in this instance, he found more safety and comfort in the land of the heathen than he found among his own people. Wow. Do you ever feel that way? Do you ever feel that you have more comfort, more safety, more peace, more rest when you get away from your own people? And you just want to get away? And I need some rest. That's the context. That's the setting. Now we'll go to the next verse. Come on, bro. We got 8 verses here. A Canaanite woman from the vicinity came to him, crying out, Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is demon-possessed and suffering terribly. A Canaanite woman. Well, that is a really strange word. It hasn't been used in hundreds of years, but Matthew chooses to use it. They don't use the word Canaanite anymore at this time. Why did Matthew choose to use the word Canaanite? I mean, we know our Old Testament that the Canaanites existed, and they were the people that were God's people were supposed to expel. They were the scum of the earth. They were so evil. The book of Deuteronomy tells us they were so evil that God said, I'm sending you into the promised land not because you are righteous or you are something, but because of their degree of evil. I'm sending you into the promised land to exterminate them and to dispel them and displace them. Wow. So Canaanite is like the worst of the worst people as far as the Jewish mindset is concerned. But by this time, the Greeks, Alexander the Great, all the different cultures come in, and that's Syro-Phoenicia. It's a different land base. It's been hundreds of years of displaced that Canaanite terminology. It'd be like me saying, hey, welcome to Colombia! Why are you looking at me? That's the name of D.C. District of Columbia. Because we don't use that term. But we used to. And so he is awakening, Matthew in his gospel is awakening the Jewish mindset. And he began this right from chapter 1 when he began to tell people who this Jesus guy was, and he gave his genealogy. Matthew, of all people, no one else in the Bible decides to list in the genealogy the 3 Canaanite women that were part of the birthright of Jesus, that were part of the motherhood of Jesus' great-grandmothers, Tamar, Rahab, and Ruth. So Matthew in his gospel is weaving away and trying to minister to the Jewish mindset and say, I need you to open your minds to be able to think outside the box, because Jesus' goal and his purpose is bigger than what you guys are realizing. What you wanted in a Messiah, what you saw in what a king would be, may not be suiting to you, but God's picture was much bigger. Mark, when he's addressing his gospel, he's appealing to the Greek mindset. He never brings up the Canaanites. He never brings up a lot of passages that come out of the Old Testament, because Mark was appealing to the Greek mindset, and he calls her a Greek Syro-Phoenician woman. There's something hidden here. Even in the fact that the placement of the story is between 2 feedings. Feeding the 5,000, Syro-Phoenician woman, feeding the 4,000. 2 gospel writers never bring up the feeding of the 4,000. People that haven't dug deep enough to inquire, why would the Bible even list the 2 feedings? Why does it feed 5,000 one time and then feed 4,000 another time? Well, what's the purpose of the redundancy? And there are a lot of other miracles that we could have put in there that Jesus had done. In the first feeding of 5,000, it was a Jewish audience. In the second feeding of 4,000, it was the Decapolis, and the audience was mostly Gentile. So there's a message that God is trying to brew in the book of Matthew that concludes with such a famous verse that many of us are familiar with out of Matthew chapter 28. Go unto all nations and make disciples. That word nations, ethne, ethnicities. That is revolutionary for the Jewish mindset. Wow, we're taking this gospel outside the family to the whole world. So Jesus wants to use this vacation opportunity to teach his disciples something. In Matthew 21:43, I'll say, one time Jesus was speaking to the Jews, and he tells them a parable, and he tells them, speaking to the Jewish leaders, he says, therefore I tell you that the kingdom of God will be taken away from you and given to a people who will produce its fruit. Whoa. Jesus makes it clear that God wants to produce fruit, that the kingdom of God is a fruitful environment, and that the reason why the Jewish nation as a people was being displaced and the message was going out to the whole world is because they weren't doing the job. Have you ever had a boss or anybody close to you say, if you don't do it, I'll find someone else who can. And Jesus basically said this to the religious leaders of his day. If you don't do it, God will find somebody who can. And I pray to God that the people who can are here in this audience today. She acknowledges Jesus as the Messiah King. Do you notice that she says, Lord, Son of David? She doesn't say, Lord, in some other times she calls him the Son of David. That's a distinctly Jewish title. She is a Canaanite bus force calls the Lord the Son of David, which means she acknowledges him as King and Messiah. He can't even get his own disciples to do that. Who do you say that I am? Well, you might be Elijah from the dead, or Jeremiah, or you might be some prophet. Well, who do you say I am, Peter? I say you're the Son of the living God. You know, he finally brings it out of him. But the religious leaders couldn't make that confession. The people were hesitant to come there. But here's this lost woman, this Canaanite woman, this person from the least of the least in the Jewish mindset that comes forth with a declaration, Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. Now catch that. She says, have mercy on me. She didn't even bring up the fact that she wants mercy on her daughter. Her soul is so intertwined with her daughter that she perceives that the mercy on her is to have mercy on her daughter. If you are a parent and you have a lost child or a sick child or a child that has ailments or problems or things like that, you can understand this better than anybody. Because there's nothing more that a parent wants than to see their children be whole, happy, healthy, saved, together. A mother's soul especially is so intertwined and enfibered with the soul of their children that they will do anything to make sure that that child gets what it needs. And she cries out and she says, pity me! Have mercy on me! My daughter has a demon, she's lost! There's nothing harder for a parent than a lost child. You know, in fact, by nature, a woman, a mother, is an intercessor. She just automatically intercedes, worries that she's a Christian. She'll change her worry into intercessory, and she'll say, Lord, I pray for so-and-so. He's having a test. My son, Johnny, he's having a test today. Please help me. I know he's got a test. I pray for Johnny. He's on his way home from 5 today. I don't want to the car screwed him. And moms just do that. They're so caring. They're so in there. Sympathy is the ability to feel compassion, sorrow, pity for the hardships that another person encounters. I feel sorry for you, and here's $10 to help you. I'm really sorry you're in that circumstance. Empathy is putting yourself in their shoes. It's like the mother that says, no, I won't just give you $10. I will make it happen for you. Because I empathize with you. I'm there with you. And if we're going to be amazing, empowered, powerful disciples of Christ, and we're going to win this world, we have to learn empathy for the lost. Come on, bro. We have to be able to put ourselves in their shoes. Yeah. We can't just simply say, well, bless God, they decided not to agree with the word study. They just didn't want to be a disciple. Now, why didn't they want to agree with the word study? Why didn't they want to be a disciple? Did you find out? Did you feel it with them? Did you feel the struggle they had? Did you understand the persecution they might have felt from their parents that were over-religious and pushed them too hard? Or did you understand the experiences they had? And did you put yourself in their shoes and feel it and cry out to God and say, please God, have mercy on me? Well, that's the kind of prayer that wins souls. You know, sorrow or dissatisfaction is often the cradle where faith is born. Sorrow is often the cradle where faith is born. Because you're sad. And you cry to God. And you capture a crumb from the Master's table and you begin to believe that God's going to do something about it. And it drives you. Greed and pride are the cradle for a misguided call. Greed and pride, they want sometimes to appear like they're doing the same thing, but it's actually for their own benefit. A little demonstration. I want this soul to be won. Oh God, please help her. Please help her to just be humble, like this woman, to just be willing to be insulted, even by the hands that she needed to be helped by. This woman came and bowed before Jesus. He ignores her, and then he calls her a dog, and she still has the humility to say, Lord, I'm a dog, but even the dogs eat the crumbs from the Master's table. God, let this woman that I'm reaching out to please feel that unworthiness, that worthlessness, have that degree of humility, like I feel, God, because I'm not worthy and I'm worthless. That's one, that's selfless. The other side is selfish. God, please win this world. Please win this woman that I'm reaching out to. Oh, I want her to be saved. God, please, just in your mercy, cover her with your blood. It'll be amazing. I mean, I might get to be a Bible talk leader. And I need her help so much. She's smart. She's got money, God. She can probably give a lot to our specialist contribution. everyone to be saved, God. Please, God, pray this.
Call us out, bro.
There's a difference.
This is great, bro.
Jesus didn't answer the word. Have mercy on me. He said nothing. She was persistent. When God seems silent about our requests, we must press through. Silence is not no. Amen. Delays are not denials. Amen. Get it in your mind. Amen. Silence is not no. And she got it. She got it. You know, I proposed to dating 3 times. Because she didn't tell me no the first 2 times. She said, God only knows. And I said, okay, that's pursuit. I need to pursue. Because she didn't say no. If she would have said no, I'd have gone my way. I would have. But in this case, she didn't say no. Silence is not no. Read the voice, read the spirit, read the character of the people you're studying with, the people you're reaching out to, and realize that sometimes what they say is not what they mean.
Come on.
Sometimes you need to persist a little harder and go a little deeper. All success is the outcome of previous patience. So his disciples came in and urged him, "Send her away, for she keeps crying out after us." Jesus is in there being, he's in the house. As we read the heart. She's out there screaming, and Jesus like, and the disciples are like, "Come on, Lord, send her away, come on. She's breaking our vacation." In the Greek, it says, "Abuso," which means grant your request and send her away. Just give her what she wants and get her out of here. Any moms do that for the kids sometimes? They're riding all the time and I'll just get too much help. I did it. I probably do it a lot more than Dave does. And so you neglect the character building moment that you have as a parent to get your immediate relief. And so Jesus was not about to neglect the character building moment to get immediate relief. Because he wanted to produce something that could only produce with pressure. The disciples were like, "Give her, take her away." Jesus ignored her to draw out her perseverance, to draw out her humility, and to draw out her faith. She was the object lesson for his disciples. They just wanted a vacation. She had importunity. Here's a new word for someone. Importunity. It's when you beg someone to the point of irritating them. You beg and beg and you plead until you just start so irritated with them. Mariah, I love her to death. Really, I love her. But we went by this museum and they had these $7 lollipops. And she wanted one. And you know what? I do have some Jewish blood in me. And I am frugal as they come. That's my wife. She's poor. And $7 lollipop? Maybe for Jane to help spread his tradition. But not for some strange place that's just trying to make a bunch of money on a lollipop. That's ridiculous. But she would not give up. Every day, "Hey, when are we going to go back to that place where you get one of those lollipops? I want to get one for you, then I want to get one for me." And I thought on the way home from church last Sunday, I thought, I need to stop this with her. So it was just me and the boys, and we swung by the place, and I got one of these lollipops. And I thought, this will finally give her a shut up. The $7 sucker. So I brought her one lollipop, and she was fired up. Mariah's a gift person. You ever want to touch my daughter, just give her a gift, and she'll love you for life. But it wasn't but an hour later, she goes, "When can we go back? Because I want to get one for mommy." That's opportunity. And this girl had an opportunity. She wanted her daughter healed. How much importunity do you bring to prayer? How much do you bring to your prayer time with God? And say, God, I want this. Lord, I don't know why you're quiet. I don't know why you're silent on this. I want this bad. He's either going to tell you why he doesn't want you to have it, he's going to let you discover that, or you're going to get it. One or the other. But if you're never importunate, then it'll never happen. Matthew 15:24, he answered, I will send, he says this to the disciples. The disciples say, send her away, give her what she wants and send her away. And he says to his disciples, 15:24, I will send only to the lost sheep of Israel. He says this to them, not specifically to the woman, who at this point is outside. Having persuaded the disciples, she might have thought, well, I can persuade Jesus now. You know, sometimes, kids will manipulate us because they'll ask us things as parents in the audience of their friends, and they think because they're in that audience, they'll get the answer. But Jesus wasn't going to play this game. Matter of fact, he was going to take it up a notch. You may think that you can manipulate me by asking it in the crowd, but no, I'm going to say something now that you are going to regret that I had to say. Come on, bro. So the woman came and knelt before him. She has entered the house. Lord, help me. She gets down on her face. When it says that she knelt before him, it's a Greek word. It literally means she got down on her face. Completely down. And from down there she says, Lord, help me! She is completely humble. Absolute humility. She's not appealing to his religious title anymore as the son of David, as if you have to be merciful to me. She's not appealing to anything that she thinks she deserves. She has taken the lowest level of human can take, and she has put her face on the dirt before his feet and said, please help me. She has realized her unworthiness. The disciples who like to debate with one another about who's the greatest, or maybe the Pharisees who are worried about who washed their hands. But this woman, like a dog, is ready to eat off the floor. And Jesus is highlighting this for us. You know, a person that is drowning, when you go out to save a person that's drowning, all they want to do is be saved. And so you swim out there as a lifeguard, and you get out there to the drowning person, and you like this, and they see you there, and grab your arm, and then they begin to drown you. Because they're not going to let you go for nothing. A drowning person will not let go of their Savior. For nothing. Matter of fact, to this degree, they teach lifeguards, if this is what's happening to you, swim down and make the person drown to release you, grab the person, then rescue them. Because you're frantic. And this woman is frantic like a drowning person. She's not going to let go of Jesus. She's already went past the disciples. She's went past his silence. And she's about to embrace insult. And she's not going to let go until she gets what she wants. Is that the way you are in your prayer life? Wow. Because if you're not, there's no wonder why you're having struggles or not understanding why God's doing the things He's doing. You're not even real in. You're not tuned in. It's not real to you. It's just a soap opera. It's just something to do on Sundays. It's just a hangout. It's just a good club. They encourage me. They build me up. They lift me up. You're not real. The relationship Jesus wants is so much deeper. It's so much more impacting. And it's so much more life-changing. He says to her, in the Mark 7:27, he says, first, let the children eat all they want. In the Matthew verse 26, he says, it is not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs. Boy, he turned up the heat. She's on her face. And he says, basically, you have no more right to get what you want than the dogs have a right to eat the children's bread. You know, Matthew 7:6, Jesus had told the disciples, don't give to the dogs what is whole. Goliath, in the ancient story, said, am I a dog that you come at me with sticks and stones? That's what he says to David. Revelation. The Lord himself says in Revelation 22:14, "Blessed are those who wash their robes, that they may have right to the tree of life and may go through the gates into the city. Outside are the dogs, those who practice magic arts, the sexually immoral, the murderers, the idolaters, and everyone who loves and practices falsehood." So dogs was a term that Jews understood that meant outsiders, people who were not on the inside. Curiously, Jesus chose to use a little twist on the word dog here, and he added it in doggy. In Greek, it's more like doggy or puppy, and he brings it to a little bit of affection. But he knows who he's talking to. He's talking to a Greek woman. I worked in archaeology, and sometimes in our digging, we would find dog bones in the homes of ancient Greek culture peoples. Because in the Greek culture, it was awesome to have the dog. As much like in our today, everyone wants a dog. I'm amazed at how many people have dogs and live in high rises. And I'm like, all the work you go through to have a dog. Lou Jack, have this dog, you got a kid. You know, when Lou Jack moved here, he was like, I got the fucking place, it will accommodate my dogs. We have so many better places, and now I'm complaining about having to climb the stairs. And I get down with this lazy guy. I'm like, did you want the dog or you want the stairs? What's going to be? Well, this is the culture that became an athletic came from. A dog-loving culture. But you know what dogs are to Jews? Unclean. They're unclean. You don't put them in your house and they surely don't eat your table scraps. Especially in the culture of that day. So the Lord calls her a dog, a puppy dog, a little whelp, a little dog, and the Lord had no hesitation in allowing her to feel like an outsider. She did not let that rejection keep her from persisting into getting what she wanted from the Lord. So there's two lessons here. One is, don't let rejection keep you from getting what you want. Persist! Pursue! Go through! Be insulted! Be knocked down! Be thrown down! Be told how! Do it! And persist. When you know is right, you've got to do it. But on the other side, there's another lesson here. Disciplers, study the Bible, don't be afraid to let people feel like they're on the outside.
Come on, bro.
Don't let that sugarcoat it. Don't roll away and make it easy on them. There's an object lesson here. There's a transformation going on. If you want to see this person radically change for God, if you want to see them become all they can be, let them die!
Come on, Dad.
Because unless you let a person die, they can't be born again. When you get into the waters of baptism, you repent and are buried with Him, and you are resurrected with Him. You can't be resurrected if you're still carrying around your life.
Come on.
Many of us struggle with sins of a lifetime because we didn't kill them before God took the tank. God in His grace, great mercy, can save you, and amen. I don't want you all to run out and get baptized again. Some brother been baptized 85 times. You're missing it. You're missing it. It's the Holy Spirit that gives life.
There it is.
Come on, bro. It's not magic water, guys. It's what happens in the water.
Amen.
Jesus was looking to draw a heart of humility from this woman. But notice in the Mark passage, he said, first, let the little children eat what they want. The word first gave a hope. If I said to you, first, let me do this. If I said that to my kids, Dad, do this for me. And I said, first, let me, that means they get to be second. She lose her hope. When David said to me, God only knows. I'm like, yeah, God does know. When you're going to know, you know. Come on, guys. 21 years later. She replies, 15:27. Yes, it is, Lord. She said, even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. In the Greek, she literally does not disagree with Jesus. Almost in the NIV, it makes it seem like Jesus says, it is not right, and then she replies, yes, it is. No, it's nothing like that. It's more like, she says, yes, it is as you say, Lord. But don't you realize that even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table. It's as if she says, yes, however. And, you know, her spirit was just give me a call. She didn't have this grandiose plan, like, God, give me the plan. God, make me. No, her me is all about somebody else.
Come on, bro.
Never is her me about herself. Every time she says, mercy, pity me, have mercy on me, it's about somebody else. She's selfless. And she wants a crumb to take to the soul that she loves so dearly, so that that soul can be set free. Then Jesus said to her, woman, you have great faith. Your request is granted. And her daughter was healed at that moment. In the Mark passage it says, then he told her, for such a reply, you may go. The demon has left your daughter. She went home and found her child lying on the bed. She endured silence. She endured opposition. She endured exclusion, feeling like an outsider. She endured insult, and these from the very hands of those she expected to help her. But she didn't let those things be an excuse to run away, to fall away, to give up, to say, well, they don't respect me, they don't treat me like they should, they don't do what they ought to do. She didn't let any of that happen, because that wasn't her spirit. Her spirit was not about them. It was about her relationship with the Master.
Amen.
And so what does she have? She had empathy. She had the ability to stand at somebody else's feet, in this case her daughter's. She had persistence. Persistence to prevail even when nobody else would have probably prevailed because of her great love. She had importunity. The ability to persist even to the point where she felt nagging. Many of us stop when we think we're nagging somebody. She had selflessness because she knew that the goal was so important that herself did not matter. Wow. She had amazing humility that acknowledged that she was worthless, that indeed she was never going to be worthy to partake of the bread. But because of Christ, she can be made worthy. You know, the end of the story ends with the daughter on the bed. And Tobin asked me, well, why is the daughter on the bed? And I said, well, in all the stories of the Bible, when demons come out of people, it racks them around. And they're exhausted afterwards. After a great deliverance, the Bible, in some of the other stories where you're reading about it, they just, because the demon doesn't exit easily. That demon has a hold of people, and it just wrecks their life, and when it finally has to go, it wants to leave a message in its essence, and it exhausts the person. And you know, the other interesting thing I find in that, they must have followed up with her. How did they know she was in the bed? They must have followed up with her. We would have never known the end of that story unless there had been future conversation with Matthew and this woman, this Canaanite woman, who became part of the church.
Yeah.